Hey, Emily, how are you? Hi.
Hi, I'm fine. Thanks.
You okay? Cool. How's it going this week? Classes at high school?
Mm, Sorry for the sounds.
Don't worry. Tell me, how's it going? How's everything at high school?
All is very well.
Yeah, very good.
My song was bad. I'm okay.
Okay. Too much to do?
So.
So, okay, cool. About teachers, how are the teachers in your high school?
Um, uh,
They're fine. They're doing well.
just
Cool. Alejandro, how are you? Afternoon. Nice to see you online. How are you, Alejandro? Alejandro?
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon. How are you, Alejandro? Tell me, how are you?
I'm fine.
Cool, very good. How's it going, everything at home? How is it going at home? Everything okay?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. And boring days, maybe, guys? Boring days or not? Maybe you feel bored about the days? Alejandro, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, come on, Alejandro, answer me. I'm speaking alone. No, I'm not. I'm not speaking alone. So tell me, how are the days? Boring days, maybe? Or you are doing well, so well? Okay, we are here. Perfect. So we are here in these exercises. Well, we're gonna have 10 minutes with teacher Santi, but when all your partners get here, okay, get into the class, to the session. Until that, we're gonna have explanations about something, about the classes, okay? But teacher Santi has to talk with you a little bit, but until that, we have to continue with the classes. Yesenia, how are you, Yesenia?
Hello, teacher.
How are
Very
you?
well, and you?
I'm okay, doing well, everything okay. How's everything at home,
Okay,
Jesse? How is everything
excuse
at
me,
home?
teacher.
How is everything at home?
No interference, teacher.
Oh, got it. The internet maybe. Tell me, guys, or tell me, Jesse, how are the things at home?
My home.
Yeah, at home. How are the people in your home? Everything okay?
Yes, it's a good people.
They are good people. Okay, they are good people. That's funny. Maybe I suppose so because it's your family. Oh well. These days, I hope you couldn't practice a lot, and we're gonna continue with this kind of exercises. Okay, you have here. So we're gonna start with this. Okay, with these things, and we talked about some verbs about the country past. I'm gonna here. Okay, so don't forget to have your materials next to you to start. No se olviden, chicos, de tener su material. Your material next to you, your your book, sorry, to continue with these classes, and to remember how we continue doing this. Okay, this part. Need to clear. Let me check something. I'm gonna make zoom once again. Very good. Now I have to move it this and move it once again. Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. And move it a little bit more. Okay, so guys, if you remember the last class, last Saturday, we were talking, we learned, we checked about this exercise. And in this exercise, we have some verbs to help us to express how the things are made. Okay, so for example, in the letter A, you have some different kind of products like the souvenirs, like handicrafts, like languages as a service, like cattle and sheep as animals that we use for our benefit. And we have in both, okay, in both, don't forget this expression, don't forget these expressions, okay, in both phase, okay? In both phases, when you have the same letters, but thickers, okay? The thicker, I mean, they are bigger, okay, in the shape, in bold face, like gross, like this word here in bold, gross. I'm gonna close it here. This gross, okay. This gross is in bold face. This word power is in bold face. This rises, it's in bold face. Okay, the numbers are in bold too. Look at this. Okay, in bold face. If you have the meaning of in bold face, in bold, so we have to continue doing the other ones. The other thing is talking about the expressions, the verbs that we were using to express how the things are made. How the things are made. For example, grows. Grow, it's a verb that we use when you are talking about plants, like soybeans, like
¿Qué era,
like
Carlos?
wet
No me acuerdo.
cattle. It's a group of cows. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
The idea is not so clear.
Okay, so cattle, it's a group of cows. Cow is the animal who says moo. Got it? So cattle
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
is the
okay.
cow.
In the translation in Spanish is a ganador.
Yeah, that is, but don't use
Ah,
Spanish
okay, okay.
here. Yeah,
Ganado
exactly,
vacuno.
guys. Come
Excuse me,
on.
teacher.
That's your challenge, but you
Okay,
can do it.
teacher, thank you.
You know, you make me feel proud when you are not using Spanish, okay? You make me feel proud. You're so good, okay? You can do it. So try to do it. The challenge is you have to express everything in English. If you don't know how to say something, you have to think about another way to express the same thing, okay? As I said, you know, I can't say cow in Spanish, but I could say the sound of that says, you know, that makes. The sound is moo. And if I say moo, you're gonna understand that I'm talking about a cow. Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes.
If you find another way to express, that's the thing. You know, bilingual person, it's a person who can express yourself or herself, you know, himself, in different ways, as in the same or the native idiom, the native language. Okay, so I want to make so clear in this part. Okay, so I'm gonna say it just in Spanish to make more concision in this part. Okay, so in Spanish, I'm talking about this. Ustedes chicos tienen que buscar formas para expresarse. Sí, quizás yo no sé cómo decir vaca en inglés, ¿de acuerdo? O cattle. Pero si yo, por ejemplo, digo, bueno, ¿qué tal vez me puedo hacer entender? Me puedo hacer entender con el sonido. Y si te digo moo, tú vas a saber que te hablo de una vaca, ¿cierto? Y la idea de una persona bilingüe es que puedan expresarse de igual forma en su idioma nativo, ¿sí? Y cuando nosotros no sabemos cómo decir algo en español, buscamos otro camino, ¿de acuerdo? We're gonna find another way to express. So, I'm going to talk about this, and we are checking these verbs. The first one is grows. Grow. The verb grow is when you have to, or when you are talking about plants. Remember that these expressions are to say when something is made. How you made a plant? You don't made a plant. You don't make a plant. You grow a plant, okay? Because you have to take the seed, la semilla, you put the seed in the ground, you know, in the ground, and you water this seed with water, obviously, you water this seed, and then this plant grows, and you have a plant. Got it? Grow. Then you have this verb, rises, rise. This rise. This verb is to talk about animals. So you rise an animal. Okay, for example, cattle, sheep, maybe chicken. Even if you have fish, you're gonna use rice, rice fish. Okay. Then you have manufacture. Manufacture. Do you remember when we're gonna use manufacture? Do you remember when we use manufacture? Do you remember? No, sorry.
Teacher,
Tell me.
the manufacturer is in a specific the electronics or other another way.
Yeah, you have the idea. You have the idea. Manufacturers, when you're talking about electronics, appliances, appliances in Spanish, well, not in Spanish. Remember that is the challenge expressed in English. Appliances are everything like furniture.
Or articles.
Exactly. Articles, furniture, but in electronic way that needs electricity to start, you know, like televisions, TVs, refrigerators, printers,
Cell phone.
laptops, radios, etc. Things that use with electricity, they are appliances, electrodomésticos, okay? So we are talking about these kind of things when you say manufacture, everything that you make with a machine, okay? For example, to make a computer, to make the pieces of a computer, you need specific machines to start doing this, to start to manufacture this kind of thing, electronics, textiles, etc., etc., etc. Okay? So then I have
Okay.
this, well, speak is four languages, you know this, speak in different languages, different kind of things, and fine, well, you know that it's fine, is when you take different things that you at first time don't see, okay? Fine, oh, I find $10, for example. When we are talking about a country, we could say, you find in this country this kind of thing. For example, when you're talking about Atacames, what do you find in Atacames? Tell me, what kind of things do you find?
Beach.
Mm,
Very good, you find a beach. What else?
a lot of people,
A lot of
foreign
people,
people,
exactly. You could find a lot
People.
of people.
foreign people,
Uh-huh, very good. What else? You could find cocadas.
seafood teacher.
Seafood,
I
obviously.
made the seafood.
Exactly, seafood because you are next to the beach. So you
Yeah.
obviously will find those kind of things. Very good, guys. So I'm just remembering these kind of exercises. And now I have to pass to the other one, to the other exercise. And let me check if we can start with this audio. We are here. Let me, that is very good. So here we have this audio, this conversation. And let me move a little bit to see everything. Uh-huh. So in this conversation, you have the sentences in the heading. Do you know what is a heading? Do you know what is a heading? Guys, do you know what is a heading? What is a heading? Or you could say to, let me check. You could say headline. You know what? It's the meaning of these words. Do you know?
Heading is a place that you can save things.
It's a way that you can
For,
say,
mm,
okay,
for example, in the bank, you have a heading for save money.
okay, cool, very good. Right, let me check if I can improve a little bit this exercise, these words. When you have the word heading, you're talking about a kind of title. Okay, you know what is a title, right? Right. For example, the title of this conversation, of this exercise is conversation. Okay, that is the title. And when you have a heading, it's not just a title; it's a bigger title. Okay, bigger title, a headline. For example, if you have a newspaper, you open the newspaper, and above in the first part in big letters, you have a headline. Okay, that is the title, is the headline. That's right. That is a heading, that is a headline. It's a bigger line, okay, a bigger title. That's the thing. So well, here we have the heading or the title of this conversation. What do you want to know? So what do you want to know? Okay, so we're gonna start with this listening. Let me check and tell me if you can listening, okay?
Page 75, Exercise 8.
Can you listen the audio?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna start again. Just have to move it here. There is a little bit there. There is.
Page 75, Exercise 8. Conversation. What do you want to know? Part A. Listen and practice.
Eric, you're from Amsterdam, aren't you?
Yeah, why?
I'm going there for a conference, and I'd like some information.
Sure, what do you want to know?
Do you use the euro in the Netherlands?
Yes, the euro is used in most of Europe, you know.
And do I need to take euros with me?
Not really. International credit cards are accepted everywhere, and they're much safer.
Of course. And what should I buy there?
Cheese, definitely. We raise dairy cows, and some really excellent cheese is made from their milk.
Good. I love cheese. Where's it sold?
You can find it at cheese shops all around the city. And don't forget to bring me a piece.
Very good. So tell me, guys, do you have a question about this? Maybe you have a question? Any word?
No.
I guess this is it. This is easy.
Teacher,
You know?
I have a question.
Tell me.
Teacher, what's the meaning everywhere?
Everywhere. When you say everywhere, it's in many places, in a lot of places, in almost all places. For example, you could say, I have a new pet. I have a new dog. But this dog, this new dog, Pop, you know what is Pop? Make Pop?
Yes.
Make
Yes.
Poppy?
Yeah.
Okay. Pop or Peace? Everywhere at home, everywhere. My dog doesn't know where is the bathroom. So everywhere is dirty. In all of places, in almost all places. Okay, that's clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
teacher, thank
Okay,
you.
perfect. That is everywhere. That is a kind of, well, in English, we know this kind of words like indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. You have everywhere, everyone, everything. Got it? And the difference is when you say everyone, you're talking about people. When you say everything, you're talking about objects, things. When you say everywhere, you're talking about places. But it's everywhere. everything, and everyone. Okay? So, well, very good. So here we have a story about a visit in Amsterdam, you know. You're from Amsterdam, aren't you? Yeah, why? And etc. Here we have some aspects about this exercise. You have a map in the right side here. And in this part, you have a ground country, and you could see different things in this country. Okay, just that. And then you have a part B. Okay, you have a part B. You have a part B here. Let me check here, and you have the part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. Here we have to write the answer of this question. What other suggestions does Eric give Lisa? What other suggestions does Eric give to Lisa? Okay, so listen the suggestions. Listen the suggestions, please.
Page 75. Exercise 8. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What other suggestion does Eric give Lisa?
So when is your conference in Amsterdam?
In April.
Great! You'll be there for the Tulip Festival. I think it's the most beautiful spring garden in the world.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it. It's in the city, right?
No, actually it's located in Lies, about an hour south of Amsterdam.
How do I get there?
You can take a bus or you can go on a day tour. The tulips are gorgeous. They're really worth seeing.
I'm sure they are. Thanks for the tips.
Okay, tell me, do you need to listen again?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Don't forget to write down your ideas. What other suggestions does the guy give to Lisa? Listen.
Page 75. Exercise 8. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What other suggestion does Eric give Lisa?
So when is your conference in Amsterdam?
In April.
Great! You'll be there for the Tulip Festival. I think it's the most beautiful spring garden in the world.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it. It's in the city, right?
No, actually it's located in Lies, about an hour south of Amsterdam.
How do I get there?
You can take a bus or you can go on a day tour. The tulips are gorgeous. They're really worth seeing.
I'm sure they are. Thanks for the tips.
Okay, tell me guys, what was the suggestion? What else this person suggest to Lisa?
Eric suggests Lisa that she can go to the Tulip Festival, and she can go there in a bus. It's more.
Yeah, perfect. And the tour, it's unforgivable, you know? It's incredible, he said. Very good. So here we have, the answer to check your comprehension. Eric suggests that Lisa visit the tulip gardens. The tulip gardens and the festival about the tulip gardens, you know, the tulip. You know what is a tulip? Do you know what is a tulip?
Yes.
It's a flower.
Yes, a type
It's a
of
flower. It's a flower. It's a kind of flower. It's typical, you know, this flower is typical from countries as Poland, as Germany, you know, Belgium, etc. That is the tulip gardens. Very good, guys. We're gonna pass to the grammar. Here we have a grammar. Let me move a little bit here. Here we have the grammar part. And here we have the passive voice. Do you remember the passive voice? In passive voice, we were talking about this, and here we are talking about an authority about things. For example, when you make something, this thing is made by you. Got it? That is the passive voice talking about the author. But here we are talking about a passive voice without this expression by. Without this expression by. And obviously in simple present. Okay? So don't forget this part, guys. We have here without by. actually is the same thing we are talking, okay, the same thing, but we are not mentioned who is the responsible of this thing, who has made this thing, okay? We are talking about just the action in a passive voice. So I'm explaining this with examples like this in your book. You have the active voice, okay, you have the active voice here. They use the euro in most of Europe. Tell me, Alejandro. Alejandro, are you there? Alejandro?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, tell me, Alejandro. In this example, Alejandro, they, you know who are they? Do you know who are we talking about? About who? Alejandro, you know what? Who are we talking about in this case with they?
They use
Ya entendí, comida.
the euro
In most of Europe.
in
But
most of Europe.
listen, Alejandro, listen my question. I'm asking you, you know who are they? For example, guys, listen to me, Alejandro. If I'm talking about Emily, and I don't want to say Emily, I say she.
Pones este. Y
But in
ajá.
this case, she, you know that she is Emily. But in this case, you have they.
Aplastas aquí
You know who are they?
y me pones aquí. Guarda. Guarda.
Guys?
Y ya. Sí.
And they is two or more persons.
Okay, yeah. That's the way. I'm talking about this part, Alejandro. Please pay attention in this part, and everyone. When we are talking about this kind of thing, about this um, passive voice, okay, in this passive voice, we couldn't say that important thing is the person. Here we don't have the important thing. The important thing is the action, okay? The passive voice is interested in these kind of things, the action, the objects, not the person. For example, when we were talking about the last passive voice, and we said something like what? Like electricity was discovered by Nikola Tesla. By Nikola Tesla. In this case, we have to say the author, but in these sentences, we don't need the author. Okay, it doesn't matter. For example, here we have, they use the euro in most of Europe. And the passive voice is, the euro is used in most of Europe. Okay, in the passive voice, okay, in passive voice, here, in passive voice, it doesn't matter the person who do this action, okay? The important thing is the object, okay, is the object. What is the object here? The euro, this currency, esta moneda, the euro, okay? The euro is just one thing, third person, verb to be is, the euro is used in most of Europe. And don't forget, guys, that to make the passive voice, okay, to make this passive voice, you need two things. Which things? You need verb to be, am, is, or are, plus a participle verb. Got it? The participle verb. So I'm gonna write here, sorry, past participle. Okay? So you need these kind of things. Verb to be, that is am, or is, or are, and the past participle verb, that is actually, you have to check the list of verbs, the regular verbs add ed. Sorry, guys. The regular verbs add ed, and the irregular have another kind of form. Okay, they have another kind of form. So this is important, guys, for everyone. It's the verb to be, am, is, or are, and the past form, the past participle form of the verbs. Here we have used on a regular verb. Then you have another example. Most places accept credit cards. Accept, it's a regular verb. For that reason, in passive voice, you have ed. And credit cards, that is the object, credit cards, okay? It's in plural. For that reason, you have the verb to be are. Credit cards are accepted at most places, okay? At most places. We are not talking about people who use credit cards. We're talking about these objects. These objects are accepted at most places. Then we have the last example, and the last one, you have we raise dairy cattle in the Netherlands. So dairy cattle are raised in the Netherlands. Okay?
Okay.
Dairy cattle are raised in Netherlands. So could you imagine what is a dairy cattle? Could you imagine that? No?
You can repeat, please.
Once again, I'm talking about this, guys. I'm interested to know, what do you understand by dairy cattle? This, dairy cattle. What is dairy cattle? Could you express me about dairy cattle? What is dairy? You know what is a dairy product?
Dairy is
Yes.
a milk. The goat.
It's a milk. It's a.
Okay, very good. This example is
It's a
very good.
cheese.
Cheese or cheese?
Another
Cheese or
product
cheese?
with a coke.
Okay, very good. So the dairy product is everything that you get from milk. Okay, everything you get from milk, like cheese, the milk itself, yogurt, etc. things, you know, that is milk. If I say dairy cattle, what could you imagine is?
I have an idea and a group counts.
Okay. But complete it.
It's a group counts in a daily days, every day.
No. Be careful.
No.
You're not talking about daily. You're talking about dairy. You're not saying daily. You're not saying this one. This is no, guys. It's not daily. It's dairy. Okay? So guys, listen.
Okay. I'm a confusion in
Don't
that
worry.
is that
It's just one letter.
do words.
It's just one letter.
Yes.
You know, for that reason, maybe it's your confusion, but don't worry. When you say dairy cattle, it's a group of cows that you use to get milk. Just for milk, not for meat, not for leather. You use just for milk.
So goes in the in a coast we use they use for meat, and here the cows are used for get milk.
Okay, very good, excellent. But it's not cows, it's cows. Okay. You know, cowboy, vaquero, cow. So that's the thing. Dairy cattle, in Spanish you could say ganado lechero. Okay? Okay. This cattle is used just for milk, just for get milk, and nothing else. Teacher. Okay? That's the thing. Okay, so now here we have an exercise. I guess we are getting off of time. So we have to continue and do everything here. Okay, guys, we can start. And to complete the things that Teacher Santi was telling us, we have to be careful taking the quizzes, because in the quiz, you can't use contractions, okay? Once again, I repeat, don't use contractions. Do not use contractions in the quizzes when you take the quizzes again, okay? Don't use contractions. Am I clear? Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, very good. Alejandro, is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. No, do not use contractions when you take the quizzes. So now we have to complete these things. Okay, we're gonna complete these things. And to complete these things, we have to use these verbs you have here in this chart. These verbs: grow, manufacture, rise, speak, sell, and use. So don't forget, guys, the passive voice is with the verb to be, am, is, are, and the past participle of the verbs, the action verb. Okay? So for example, if we are talking about French and Flemish, Flemish is another kind of language. So what do you think? What do you think, guys, here? What could be the answer? French and Flemish, verb to be.
Are,
Emily. Okay, very good. Are.
grow,
Grow.
grow,
But
grow, grow.
we have French and Flemish.
Are spoken.
Very good. That's the thing, Alejandro. Are spoken. That's the participle form of this verb: speak, spoke, and spoken. Very good. Are spoken in Belgium. Okay, Alejandro. Number 2, rise. Verb to be.
Rice is grown.
Okay, perfect. So rice is grown, perfect, in many Asian countries. Emily, number 3, cars and electronics.
Cars and electronic are manufactured in Japan.
Yeah, manufactured. Okay, manufactured, con ed at the end, in Japan.
Okay.
Very good. Alejandro,
Yes.
ship's milk, number 4.
The sheep's milk is used for making feta cheese.
Very good. Is used to make, or for making feta cheese. You know the feta, Gouda feta. It's a kind of cheese as Gruyere, as mozzarella, as cheese, cheddar cheese. It's a kind of cheese, okay? Number 5, handicrafts. Emily, handicrafts.
Handicrafts are sell,
Sell.
sold,
Past participle of sell.
sold.
Oh, very good. Continue reading.
The streets in Thailand.
Very good. And Alejandro, the last one. A lot of cattle.
A lot of cattle are raised.
Are.
Yes.
Sure.
Is.
Is. Why is? ¿Por qué is?
But because don't say cattle.
Exactly. You don't say cattle because it's the plural of cow. Okay, you could say cows. Cows. It's just one moo and too much moos. Okay? But when you say cattle, it's a word actually in plural. Okay? When you say people, for example, person, you couldn't say persons. Okay, but you say people. Here we have cattle. Cattle is an uncountable noun. Uncountable noun. Okay? For that reason, you have to use is. Don't forget, guys, if you can't count the things, it's like singular. Is. Very good. And what is the verb? The past participle verb? What is the past participle verb?
A lot of cattle is raised in Australia.
Rice in this way.
Right. Rice.
Very good. Rise the.
Right.
At the end, yeah, exactly. At the end, you have to say the. Rise the. Okay. Rise the. That is everything. Very good. So here you have the passive voice. That's everything. Okay, that's everything. Cool. So well, we're gonna pass to the next page. Next page. Let me check here, next page. And here we have the listening. And we're gonna check this exercise. There it is. Okay, in this exercise, we have to listen to a news report about tourism in Costa Rica, and we have to select 6 effects of mass tourism that are mentioned. There are 2 extra effects, so we have to indicate if they are positive or negative. Okay, we have to write P for positive facts and N for negative effects. Okay, for example, the first effect is English is spoken. English is spoken. That is positive. That's positive. You know this one. This one is positive. Yes. You know this one is positive. So that's okay. Very good. So now we have to choose between the other ones to say, okay, this one is good, this one is positive, or these ones are negative. Okay. And don't forget, you have 2 extra effects. You won't listen 2 extra effects. Okay, so listen, please. Tell me if you can listen, please. We can
No,
listen?
teacher.
No?
No.
Okay. We have to please, Teacher Santi. Teacher Santi. Teacher Santi. Sorry guys, let me just 1 minute and let me solve this. We have to listen. Okay, we have to listen. Give me 1 second. Well, until Teacher Santi helps us with this, we have to check the ideas here. We have some ideas in this exercise before to listen. Hey, Martin, how are you, Martin? Nice to see you online. How are you today?
Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. Sorry for to arrive late.
Don't worry, but what happened? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, but I'm a full with the finish to my high school.
Your high school?
I have a project to get my graduation.
Cool. You're in the 3rd bachelor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Where do you study, Martin?
And in the how to say that Juan Montalvo High School.
Juan Montalvo. Okay, very good. Alejandro, where do you study?
The Don Bosco High School.
Oh, Don Bosco. You know,
Yes.
I have 2 kids. They study there, actually. They study there. Interesting. Maybe I could see you around there once. Emily, where do you study?
I'm studying in San Luis Gonzaga School.
Oh, okay, very good. Excellent. In which course you are, Alejandro? What's your course?
Décimo.
Okay, 10th. 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 And you, Emily?
I'm in 8th grade.
8th grade. Oh, it's the first course in high
Yeah.
school. Oh, you're so small. Okay, very good. So, Martin, we have to listen this part, and in this part we have different different ideas, okay, different effects about people can cause in this exercise about visiting another country like Costa Rica. Okay, so in this one you have to select between ideas positive effects or negative effects. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Positive effects or negative effects. Here we have the effects. The first one, English is spoken. Very good, that is positive. The other one, tourism jobs are available all over the country. So tourism jobs are available all over the country. You can do this kind of jobs in all over the country because they are available. More foreigners are investing there. Here we have foreigners.
Foreigners. What's the meaning of
Acres of
foreigners?
jungle are cut down. Acres of jungle are cut down. Acres is a kind of measurement, like meters, like kilometers. You have here acres. The ocean is polluted. High-rise hotels are built. Polluted or pollution, it's the contamination you have in an environment. High-rise hotels are built. High-rise is when you have a place that you have to pay a lot of money to be in this hotel. Okay, so for example, you pay for a room, maybe you're gonna pay $10 per night. But these high-rise hotels, there you have to pay maybe, I don't know, $50, $80, $100 just for one night. Okay, so it's high-rise hotels. Fish and lobster are hunted. You know what is lobster?
What?
You know what is lobster?
Lobster is an animal of the sea.
Very good. It's an animal of the sea. Excellent. It's a little bit similar with a shrimp, with a prawn,
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Lobster. Another kind of lobster, another example you could have is, have you ever seen Bob Esponge SquarePants?
No. No.
Don Cangrejo is a crab.
Yeah.
But Larry, the character who is well built, who lived, wait, that is a lobster, Larry.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know who is Larry, right?
Yeah, I got
Come
it.
on, guys. I'm older than you, and I have seen Bob Esponge. Well, that's the idea.
Homework, see Bob Sponge.
Okay, last one. The government becomes corrupt. You know what is corrupt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when this thing or this person, this entity doesn't do the things by the law. Okay, we're gonna listen and don't forget to place positive or negative. Which positive and negative effects you have here about the mass tourism. Mass tourism. The mass tourism is when you have a lot of people there. Okay, a lot of people there. Let me check here. Here we have 6 effects of mass tourism. Mass tourism. Turismo en masa. Listen, please.
Page 76. Exercise 10. Listening. Is all tourism good? Part A. Listen to a news report about tourism in Costa Rica. Select the 6 effects of mass tourism that are mentioned. There are 2 extra effects. Indicate if they are positive or negative.
We're coming to you live from the Ecotourism Conference in San Jose, Costa Rica. Ecotourism is a form of responsible tourism that aims to protect the local environment and culture. Alberto Rodriguez, an environmental studies professor from the local university, is here with us to explain. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. Can you tell us how tourism has changed Costa Rica over the last 10 years?
Good morning, Emily. Well, tourism has been good for the country in many ways. English is now spoken more than ever, and many Costa Ricans are bilingual. Tourism jobs are available all over the country, and more foreigners are investing here, so it's been good for our economy. But there have been costs to the country, too. With mass tourism, acres of jungle are cut down so high-rise hotels can be built. Fish and lobster are hunted in our waters to feed to tourists. 25% of Costa Rican land is protected, but what about the other 75%? Ecotourism has become the answer to that question. The government reviews businesses and decides if they qualify in the ecotourism category. Then they put them on a list so travelers can choose them when they visit our beautiful country.
What makes a business an ecotourism business? What are the criteria?
Well, let's look at this hotel where we're having the conference. It fulfills some of the most common criteria to be a certified ecotourism business here. Local Costa Ricans are employed, waste is recycled, energy-saving devices are used, and visitors are educated about our culture and environment.
Fantastic. Before we go, Mr. Rodriguez, is there anything you'd like to say to all the travelers listening to you right now?
I would encourage all travelers to visit ecotourism businesses when traveling. They can learn about nature without disturbing it. Together, we can make a difference.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Live from San Jose, Costa Rica, Emily Jameson reporting.
Okay, guys. So you could tell me which ones are positive, or maybe do you need to listen again?
I need to listen again.
Do you need to listen again?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry, guys. Just ask. Hey, teacher, I want to listen again, please. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Page 76. Exercise 10. Listening. Is all tourism good? Part A. Listen to a news report about tourism in Costa Rica. Select the 6 effects of mass tourism that are mentioned. There are 2 extra effects. Indicate if they are positive or negative.
We're coming to you live from the Ecotourism Conference in San Jose, Costa Rica. Ecotourism is a form of responsible tourism that aims to protect the local environment and culture. Alberto Rodriguez, an environmental studies professor from the local university, is here with us to explain. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. Can you tell us how tourism has changed Costa Rica over the last 10 years?
Good morning, Emily. Well, tourism has been good for the country in many ways. English is now spoken more than ever, and many Costa Ricans are bilingual. Tourism jobs are available all over the country, and more foreigners are investing here, so it's been good for our economy. But there have been costs to the country, too. With mass tourism, acres of jungle are cut down so high-rise hotels can be built. Fish and lobster are hunted in our waters to feed to tourists. 25% of Costa Rican land is protected, but what about the other 75%? Ecotourism has become the answer to that question. The government reviews businesses and decides if they qualify in the ecotourism category. Then they put them on a list so travelers can choose them when they visit our beautiful country.
What makes a business an ecotourism business? What are the criteria?
Well, let's look at this hotel where we're having the conference. It fulfills some of the most common criteria to be a certified ecotourism business here. Local Costa Ricans are employed, waste is recycled, energy-saving devices are used, and visitors are educated about our culture and environment.
Fantastic. Before we go, Mr. Rodriguez, is there anything you'd like to say to all the travelers listening to you right now?
I would encourage all travelers to visit ecotourism businesses when traveling. They can learn about nature without disturbing it. Together, we can make a difference.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Live from San Jose, Costa Rica, Emily Jameson reporting.
Okay, very good. So, could you tell me now, the ideas are positive or negative? We have to select 6 that were mentioned, okay? For example, the first one were mentioned, English is spoken in Costa Rica, so most of the people there, the Costa Rican people, are bilingual now. So tell me, which one else were mentioned? Alejandro, could you tell me one that was mentioned in the audio?
Yes.
Which one?
Mm,
Just tell me which you hear, which one of this you hear, and then we decide if it's positive or negative. Alejandro? Alejandro?
Capaz que se le cayó la conexión porque ya se salió de la reunión.
What?
He lost connection, or he can lose.
Very good. He lost connection, maybe. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Emily. I'm sorry, but you have to speak in English, okay? That's an English class. Okay, so tell me, Emily, tell me, which one could be another?
Fish and lobster are hunt.
Very good. That was mentioned, you know, that was mentioned. And tell me, that is positive or negative?
Positive.
That is positive? Sure? Well, we're gonna make it just in pause, okay? Just thinking about it. It's not just fish it. Fish and lobster are haunted. Haunted is more than fish it, okay? It's not just, well, I'm gonna take this fish, this lobster for, I don't know, for my hotel to the people eat. Is take a lot of fish, a lot of lobster in order to disappear this busy, you know, that is complicated, it's dangerous. Another, Martin, which one could you tell me? Which one was mentioned?
Showed about tourist jobs are available all over the country and more foreigners have. And the two are positive because well, in this part is three first. It is positive because
you have more places to work.
Yeah.
You have more places to work. Take it easy, Martin. Relax. Breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. Take it easy. Don't worry. Okay, another one. Tell me another one. Tell me another one.
Acres of jungle are cut down.
Very good. Acres of jungle are cut down. That is another one. Acres of jungle. And well, this is so easy. That is positive or negative?
Positive.
That is positive.
No.
Jungle are cut down.
Negative.
That is negative, but you don't have trees to breathe, to inhale and exhale. You know? Okay, we have 4. We need 2 more.
The high risk hotels are built and it's negative.
Which one?
The high-rise hotels are built.
High-rise hotels are built, okay. And the other one, the last one?
And the last one, more foreigners are investing.
Foreigners. Yeah. Are investing there. You know what is invest?
Investing in there.
No, come on.
What?
Invest. Okay, invest, for example, imagine you want to have a new business, okay? You want to have a new business, your own business. Business of what? It doesn't matter. You want to have your business, okay? But you don't have money. So it's like you are Chiro. So if you are Chiro, you don't have money to start your business. Got it?
Yeah.
You say, no, what I have to do? Nothing. Maybe you want a person who invests in your business, you know, who give you money to start in something, okay? So what's up with this verb? This verb means that you spend money in something. Spend money in something. For example, when you want to earn a lot of money with a business, but you have to invest some money to increase your currency, to increase your dollars. Got it? So invest, you have the idea. I want to say you in Spanish too, to have it clear, okay? So invest, it would be invertir.
Yes.
Okay? Very good.
Compro una casa y la pongo en renta para seguir teniendo ganancias.
Okay, that's a good example. So I invested my money buying a house, and then some people rent my house, so I get more money. It's my investing, okay? Very good. So you now have your idea. Very good. So now here we have the answers to check your answers. Okay, so here we have a little bit ones positive, between positive and negative. Which ones you have positive? English is spoken more than ever. That it's positive. More foreigners are investing there in Costa Rica. That's another positive. Tourism jobs are available all over the country. So in all the country, you're gonna find, or you could find a job related with tourism. So there are three positive. And the other negatives, fish and lobsters are haunted. That's completely negative. The other one, acres of jungle are cut down. Okay, that is another one that is negative. And the last one here, but the word, the book, it's a little bit wrong because the last one says 75% of the land is unprotected. Okay, so that is not exactly the an effect that causes the mass of tourism. Okay, this could be another reason. It could has another reason of the regions. You know, 75% of the land is unprotected. That is by the government, not by the tourism. Okay, well, that's fine. So now you have in the part B, you have to listen and write down 3 criteria about the hotel fulfills in order to be an ecotourism business in Costa Rica. What they need to be an ecotourism business. What hotels needs, okay, what hotels needs to be an ecotourism business. You know what you have to write down?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the criteria means the reasons. What reasons, what facts, what do you need to make your hotel an ecotourism business? Okay, so listen please and check, we will check your answers.
Page 76. Exercise 10. Part B. Listen again. Write down 3 criteria the hotel fulfills in order to be an ecotourism business in Costa Rica.
We're coming to you live from the Ecotourism Conference in San Jose, Costa Rica. Ecotourism is a form of responsible tourism that aims to protect the local environment and culture. Alberto Rodriguez, an environmental studies professor from the local university, is here with us to explain. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. Can you tell us how tourism has changed Costa Rica over the last 10 years?
Good morning, Emily. Well, tourism has been good for the country in many ways. English is now spoken more than ever, and many Costa Ricans are bilingual. Tourism jobs are available all over the country, and more foreigners are investing here, so it's been good for our economy. But there have been costs to the country, too. With mass tourism, acres of jungle are cut down so high-rise hotels can be built. Fish and lobster are hunted in our waters to feed to tourists. 25% of Costa Rican land is protected, but what about the other 75%? Ecotourism has become the answer to that question. The government reviews businesses and decides if they qualify in the ecotourism category. Then they put them on a list so travelers can choose them when they visit our beautiful country.
What makes a business an ecotourism business? What are the criteria?
Well, let's look at this hotel where we're having the conference. It fulfills some of the most common criteria to be a certified ecotourism business here. Local Costa Ricans are employed, waste is recycled, energy-saving devices are used, and visitors are educated about our culture and environment.
Fantastic. Before we go, Mr. Rodriguez, is there anything...
Okay, guys. You have the ideas, right?
I may...
please.
Okay, I'm going to repeat that part where the criteria were mentioned. Okay?
Let's look at this hotel where we're having the conference. It fulfills some of the most common criteria to be a certified ecotourism business here. Local Costa Ricans are employed, waste is recycled, energy-saving devices are used, and visitors are educated about our culture and environment.
Fantastic.
Okay, guys, you got it? So you have 4 criteria, you have to write down 3. Got or not?
No.
No. No. You
Sorry.
are surprising me today. What happened?
It's good.
I have two teacher.
Okay, we have to have 3. Okay, we're gonna repeat once again. Listen carefully.
Jungle are cut down so high-rise hotels can be built. Fish and lobster are hunted in our waters to feed to tourists. 25% of Costa Rican land is protected, but what about the other 75%? Ecotourism has become the answer to that question. The government reviews businesses and decides if they qualify in the ecotourism category. Then they put them on a list so travelers can choose them when they visit our beautiful country.
What makes a business an ecotourism business? What are the criteria?
Well, let's look at this hotel where we're having the conference. It fulfills some of the most common criteria to be a certified ecotourism business here. Local Costa Ricans are employed, waste is recycled, energy-saving devices are used, and visitors are educated about our culture and environment.
Fantastic.
Okay, first.
Recycle.
Recycle. What else?
Recycle more.
Yeah.
Educate about care the environment.
Very good. All the visitors are educated, in culture and environment. Very good. What else?
The third
Was?
It's energy saving was used.
Very good. About the energy, about how to save the energy. And the first one
is local Costa Rican. I didn't listen again.
Are what? Are employed. Are employed. Okay, so that means that all the people, the employees, all the people who work there, are Costa Rican. They are not from another country. That is one of the ecotourism means. The other one is about the recycling, the other about saving energy, and the last one about educate people who go there in culture and the environment. So here we have the answers. Okay, here we have local Costa Ricans are employed, are employed. Waste is recycled. Waste is recycled. Energy saving devices are used. And visitors are educated about the culture and environment. So there you have, perfect guys, you have the ideas. It means 3, but if you have 4, it's better if you catch the 4 ones, okay? So catch everyone, please, catch everyone, and I will pass to other. Okay, so let me check here. I'm gonna pass, I want to pass to the last part, to this number 13. To this number 13, just to have, no, sorry. We have to do this reading in another class because we need a little more time. We have now just 5 minutes. And we will pass to this one, to this speaking. So in this speaking, you have to give a clue. Give me a clue. You know what is a clue?
Give me a clue.
Yeah, what is a clue?
Runway.
Here we have clue.
A track.
Actually, there is a board game that has this name, Clue. No? Clue is a thing that you maybe know, but gives you a lot of information. Okay? So in Spanish, you could say pista. Okay, una pista. Give me a clue. Dame una pista. So choose a country, then answer these questions. Where is located? What traditional dishes are eaten there? What languages are spoken? What currency is used? What famous tourist attraction is found there? And what souvenirs are found there? So this is gonna be your homework for the next week. Okay, we're gonna speak about this. Okay, we want to speak about this. And we have to say, okay, we have to share or this information, okay, all this information in order to complete these exercises, okay, about speaking and writing. You want,
Okay.
you will choose one country. Which country? Whatever you want. Could be from here, from Latin America, could be from North America, could be from Europe, from the Asian countries, etc., from Africa, whatever you want. You choose one country and answer these questions. Then you're gonna write a little paragraph. Oh, sorry. You want to write a little paragraph, you know, choose a city or area. We want to choose a country and write the introduction for an online city guide. You could follow this, you can follow this chart, you could follow this paragraph. It's a little paragraph, around 100 and 150 words, okay? No more than 150 because I have to read it. So 100 to 150 words. It's a paragraph talking about the place you choose, okay? If you choose one place, you have to answer these questions, you know, you have to answer these questions of the number 11. Where is located? What traditional dishes are eaten there? What languages are spoken? What currency is used? What famous tourist attraction is found there? Etc. For example, I have 1 minute, guys. I'm making just the instructions. For example, I choose Ecuador. Ecuador is located in South America between Peru and Colombia, okay? The traditional dishes are eaten here are different, or you have a several variety of these dishes in the Indian region, the coast region, and the Amazon region. The languages spoken here are several, you know, around 200 idioms, 200 languages, as Quechua, as Safiki, etc. What currency? The dollar is the currency used here in Ecuador, etc. Okay, one paragraph and prepare your your performance to the next week. Got it, guys? Less than 1 minute. Thank you so much to attend to the class, and see you and talk to you in the next opportunity. Have a really nice weekend. Goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Don't forget to check your platform, okay? And edit your profile.